Everybody, Spidey here. As always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I'm here with Ian Giss.
Hey, everybody.
I get it right?
You did.
Yes. Also known as Eric.
Yeah.
Now, do people call you Ian or Eric?
Usually Eric or E.
It's like your mom called you.
She calls me Eric.
Okay.
Sometimes Bubba. But
Bubba. Oh,
yeah, that was my nickname growing up.
So do you have an older sister?
No, older brother.
Older brother. And
Yeah.
you were Bubba.
I was Bubba. I was a pudgy baby. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a twin. My twin brother was born 28 minutes later. And then I have an Irish twin who was born 11 months later. So I was, my older sister called me Bubba. We had one sister who was older than us. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
maybe that was why.
No. It was when I was born. I was super chubby, and I had this like fine downy hair that just sort of stuck out. And my godfather / uncle said, "That's a Bubba." And so for like the first, I don't know, certainly all the way through my teens, most of my close friends and family called me Bubba. So
that is really cool. That is really cool. Well, most of you know you not because of Bubba, but because of the art that you do. But most of my viewers are primarily Marvel card fans.
okay.
Today is March what? The 4th?
It is 4th. Yeah,
March
4th.
In 8 days, we're going to have Fleer Ultra Avengers release.
Yeah.
Now you're very familiar with Marvel cards and the art on the cards. Tell us about your journey with that.
So with the Marvel cards, that was actually the first like regular Marvel work that I did. I mean, it was for Upper Deck, obviously.
Yeah.
But the only Marvel work I'd done before those cards was a Disney property. I did the covers for the Haunted Mansion.
Can I remind you of something? 2019 Marvel Flair.
Yeah. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No, those are that's what I'm talking about. No. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, going back. Yeah, the Flareum cards. Yeah. No, those are actually the first ones I did.
They're
so
amazing.
Yeah.
They're like, obviously a lot of our favorites. The Moon Knight for that. And you've got a lot of good Moon Knights. And
they sent me a list of about probably 80 characters and said, "We want you to do 11 cards. Pick which 11 you want to do." And Moon Knight, I went down the list first. Moon Knight, number one, first one, right off the top.
You did Wolverine.
Wolverine was second.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut was right up near the top as well. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to run out the whole list. I'll make myself look silly, but it's a great list of characters.
Yeah. I was pretty happy. I got to knock a lot of items off the bucket list on that set.
So then you get the call for Fleer Ultra Avengers, right?
Yeah.
When does that? Like, how long ago does that call come in?
Let's see. I finished those illustrations. I'm trying to think. Was it a year ago? Probably about a year ago. I finished those. Yeah. So it's been a long time, and I got the original assignment about 5-6 months before that. Like in like the heart of the pandemic, whenever that was. Yeah, like heading towards the first year of the end of the first year of the pandemic. Yeah, so it'd been 2 years ago then. Yeah.
I mean,
So it's been a while.
It's been a while. Upper Deck's had because of the pandemic and probably other things, release
they had some
schedules.
supply issues. Yeah. And then that knocked everything back. So
access to printers, I think, is another.
Yeah. Yep.
But so you do something like that. It's now been 2-3-ish years.
Yeah.
And now it's finally getting released. What does that have you thinking or feeling about it?
I'm happy that they're finally coming out because I'm still pretty proud of the cards that I did in that set. But it's weird because I feel like I've grown and moved on since then. But there's still some pieces in that set that I'm really proud of. I tried some different things that I don't usually get to do in covers because cards are just a different beast. Sometimes they'll give you a little bit more leeway with cards, especially Marvel. I don't think I had any input on Marvel from any of the cards I've done, other than just looks good.
And they said,
they said looks good.
True for every artist.
Well, that's good. Well, it's not good for them, but that's good to hear.
That means they have an appreciation for not only what you're doing, but your vision for it.
Yeah. No, I just turned in my set of sketches and came back. Yeah, looks good. And so then I painted them, and they said looks good.
So that has me want to ask this question. You sell sketches. That's what, like a preliminary aspect?
Yeah.
But are you what you would call a painter? Like,
yeah, I would definitely qualify myself as a painter. My strength is in my more finished, sort of refined work. I would not consider myself a sketch artist.
Gotcha.
My sketches are okay. They're all right, but I mean, I'm not going to be taking any sketch artist jobs anytime soon.
Okay,
so,
got So, all right, Fleer Ultra Avengers, one of the reasons people really look forward to this type of set is because it's original art.
Right.
Where Marvel cards, they have wonderful sets that are, republished art.
Sure.
And the stuff that we like, and, when you like it, it's cool to see it on the card. But original art is really interesting because we're seeing characters in a way we haven't seen them before on a licensed product.
Yeah. Hopefully. Ideally in a way you haven't seen before.
Ideally. So we're really excited about it. And I would say you're definitely one of, if not the headline name in this particular set. And that's not to say anything about any of the other artists.
No, Benny Fabula. In fact, a couple of them are my students. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But Simone's in it. He has one card, and Simone is Simone Bianchi for those.
Yeah, fabulous. Yeah, incredible.
So again, this is not ranking.
No.
For the amount of cards and the characters you have,
sure.
I think you're one of the headline artists.
Okay.
But of those characters,
sure, yeah.
Of those characters that you did, which ones are you most looking forward to?
Let's see. Well, I've got another Wolverine in there.
I know.
So that's nice, and I'm pretty happy with that piece. It came out good.
Yeah.
I will tell everybody that they're all mine are X-Men cards, or X-Men adjacent anyway.
Right.
And there's a lot of butt whooping getting laid down on Sentinels.
I like that. Wait, I know what you're talking about. You also got Gambit.
Yeah.
Did you get Rogue?
I got Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, because I messaged you.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, is the Rogue still around?"
No.
You said, "No, it's gone."
And Rogue is laying down an ass whooping on a Sentinel. Yeah.
I'm kind of.
She's beating down a Sentinel pretty good.
I have a thing for Rogue right now. So you got just X-Men. It sounds like. Was that your choice, or were you?
No. Well, I don't know how much it was my choice. Whenever they talk to me, I always tell them it's like, look, anything X-Men. I'm on board for anything X-Men. Really, I'm on board for doing anything cool.
Right.
But X-Men is my jam, and it's been my jam since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So I think they know that, and since there was a block of this set that was X-Men, they gave me pretty much all the X-Men cards.
I love that because it creates kind of a subset.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. In fact, I think they even referred to it that way. Yeah. So
okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's smart. I like that. Now, the only bad thing about doing this is you didn't have to sign all those cards. Tell me about that experience.
Well, it's interesting. Well, I just dole it out. So basically, the way that I work through the day is I get up, I get some exercise, I eat breakfast, I paint until about noon, and then my wife and I have lunch, and then I'll paint until about 5, and then we have dinner, and then I'll go back and paint for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, what I did during a brief little stretch is I would go back and paint for only an hour, and then I would do whatever I could get done in an hour, and it took me about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days to sign all the cards.
I've heard that one of the reasons for this product not coming out sooner was waiting on artist signatures.
That was not me. I got mine on time.
Okay.
They told me when I had to have them done by, and I actually had them done a few days early, so that was not on me.
Well, and I don't know if that's true.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. It's a lot of cards to sign, and if you're under deadline for other projects,
not all of them are in the US either.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, that would not surprise me at all. It's a lot of cards to sign.
Yeah. Now, when you're signing a card, you've got a beautiful signature.
Thank you.
I'm always impressed when an artist knows they're going to have to sign their signature 8 million times, but still want it to have an appeal to it. Structure.
Right.
It's repetitive, but it's a brand, really.
Sure.
And then stay true to it. Were you able to do that on the card?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because there's a little bit of a story behind that. I was just using my so I have my art signature, what I sign my artwork with, and then I have my signature that I sign whatever documents and stuff with.
Right.
And for a long time, I was signing stuff with my signature, and then a partner that I was working with said, man, the fans are going to love your signature. Sign everything with that.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely right. And so that's how I sign everything now. So yeah, all the cards are signed with my artist signature.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I know. I'm glad to hear that. I know others.
Which is actually different from the first set. The Flarium cards, those were signed with my signature.
And it's only
it's like a scribbly, it's like a scribbly cursive, barely legible thing. Yeah, not even legible. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to put on the screen what we're talking about. the artist signature.
It's basically my original signature that I was using was my regular signature, and it's basically just a scribbly EM and then sort of a G with a tail. And now mine you can actually read it, and it's basically a ripoff of Frank Frazetta's signature, essentially.
Okay.
So
I don't have his memorized.
Right. But yeah, if you go look his up, you'll see some similarities.
I love that.
Some people call it the blood drip signature, so we can go with that as well.
Oh, yeah, because you're doing that run.
Yeah, the little tail has a little bubble drip at the end of it, so yeah, it kind of looks like, especially when I sign it in red.
All right, so
it looks like
I'm really
blood
glad
drip.
you talked about signatures. I have another artistic question.
Okay.
Something that always impressed me about artists, and you're in this boat too, is when you develop a style, how do you stick to it? Like, and almost regardless of what character, whether you're doing something that's bright and light or dark, like it's still you. It's still your style.
From the inside, it's difficult to say how you stick to it because I don't really think. In fact, I've done pieces before that I didn't think was particularly my style, and other people say, "Oh, I totally still recognize it."
Yeah.
So the only way that I can break it down is, and you'll see this with a lot of artists, that you start out mimicking other artists. In fact, usually an artist's first style is usually very, very similar. You can really see their influences. Like Jeffrey Jones, when he first started, it looked a lot like Frazetta, and then he evolved out of it. Frazetta looked a lot like Alan St. John and a lot like N.C. Wyeth, and and then eventually he became Frazetta. I think what it is that you don't stick with it. You have a style that you sort of manufactured from your influences, and then as you have to meet deadlines and you have to move quickly, your natural inclinations mixed with those early influences start to amalgamate to create something new. And so then at that point you're not really sticking with it, you're just trying to get the job done, and your natural design sense comes out.
This is making sense to me because artists like you that I'm talking about, they have thousands of hours logged.
Yeah.
This is not someone like me sitting down and saying, what's my style?
Right.
You're not going to have a style then.
Yeah.
You're going to borrow.
Not an unconscious style. You're going to have a very conscious style. Yeah. So that unconscious style that is repeatable without even being conscious of it.
Right.
That comes from just thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. Think about what you do for your job.
Yeah.
You often go on autopilot. Unless you're a welder or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe even then, I don't know. But unless you're a surgeon, let's say.
No, even then you are, because like in my world, I have to communicate a lot.
Right.
And I would say I don't have scripts. Well, that's not true. I've got 1,000 scripts logged.
Based off of experience.
Yeah, they're just
same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's just we happen to do something that's out there in the public eye, and people see it, and people, for lack of a better term, admire it.
Right.
And so it gets put on a pedestal, which it's debatable whether that's deserved or not. I think it's just a job, and we happen to do something that other people enjoy, which is flattering, but it doesn't make it any more important than your gardener or your mechanic.
I agree with you in that all work matters. So I agree with that. But art is, I think, it's not our idea.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, like, this is just me personally talking here, like, we're giving glory, right, to the things that inspire us.
Absolutely.
And so there is something I think really unique about taking that inspiration and then filtering it through whatever it is we're filtering it through to create something that's pretty special. And it does take talent and skill and hard work.
Sure.
And art just has a different way of you enjoy it and appreciate it, where some work you don't naturally have that inclination to.
Sure, absolutely true. And there's also the shared communal aspect of it. That it's art. Yeah, I make it, but it's a relationship with you or other fans. And without you guys, it's like I'd still make art, but then it would completely cease to be important, right? So it's really the interaction between you guys make it as important just as much as I do.
Yeah.
So
that's so interesting because you start making art for us, then you might be in danger of not having the drive and the inspiration.
Right. So the goal is to make it for me, but in a way that I don't want to get too lofty about it. But it forges a connection. It's a way of sharing the way that I see the world and the way that I am entertained with you, and hopefully there's enough people out there that agree with me.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, and then let's go back to Fleer Ultra Avengers. We have characters we know and love in X-Men.
Sure.
I'm sitting here, I haven't seen them. And I have all this anticipation about, hey, what is going to be Eric's interpretation of how he wanted these characters to be visible on a 3x5,
sure,
or 2.5x3 trading card.
Right.
Which I'm really excited about.
Well, I've done Rogue before, so we've seen Rogue. We've seen my version of Rogue.
Oh, well, we have seen your version of
yeah.
Rogue in
Flarium. We've seen my version of Wolverine a couple times, including on Flarium.
I love the long claws.
So do I. It's impossible those could ever fit in his forearm, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like
it's a lot of fun.
I love it.
But the ones I'm excited to share with everyone would probably be Archangel. There's my version of Archangel that I'm very excited to share with everybody. No, Archangel.
We don't get enough Archangel.
Very, 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 very archetypal Archangel. It's not any kind of prettied up. It's death.
It's death. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is he a villain?
The way I portrayed it, it's up in the air. But he definitely has some menace.
Well,
he has some menace.
And that fits his character even when he's playing the hero. He's still...
Yeah, still menacing.
Yeah.
Still menacing. Yeah. It's one of my favorite redesigns ever. Beast. Beast is another one. People haven't seen me draw or paint Beast yet, and I'm fond of my Beast card. So.
Oh man.
So yeah, those are two that I'm pretty excited. And there's a couple of unexpected ones too that I think people are gonna like.
So I'm planning something, and if you say no, I'll leave it in the camera. That's fine. But I've got Tom Fleming. I've got Lago.
Okay, yeah.
What's his first? Ray?
Yeah.
And another artist I can't just think of off the top of my head. We're all going to get together live and open up a box of Fleer's Avengers.
Okay.
And then have the artists talk about their art as we pull it.
Okay.
You want to be a part of that?
If it fits my schedule, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would love to do that. That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
You're just pulling each other's cards?
Yeah, I'd get a kick out of that.
Never know. Might pull a special one that's got your art on it.
Yeah, that'd be a kick.
We love what you're doing for Marvel Cards. Love what you're doing in general. I hope you keep Upper Deck's phone number and email. And
they're right down the street from me.
Oh,
literally their office. I don't even have to get on the freeway. It is probably 3 miles from my house, 4 miles from my house.
That's what I call alignment, right?
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. So when I do the prints for them, the prints that I've done for them, I literally just drive down the road to go and sign them. The cards they still ship me because those come from North Carolina, I think, from the printer.
Yeah. So, do you do any sketch cards at all in the product?
No.
I can't imagine pulling a sketch card.
It might be fun. It might be fun sometime, but man, there's people that's what they do and they're good at it.
I know.
They're good at it.
You can just slide one in there.
I tell you what, if they reach out and ask, I'll do a couple for them just for you.
Oh, I love that. Hey, thank you so much.
No problem, man.
Really
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Everybody, I know you're probably already following on Instagram. He's easy to find. Great stuff. Is that where you like for people to follow you the most, is on IG?
Yeah. So I've got two. There's EM Gist, which is my professional work, and then there's Eric Gist, which I guess is still professional work, but it's my more academic side. So my teaching, my life drawing, and things like that. So you can follow both if you'd like, and then there's also my webpage, which is ericgist.com, erikgist.com.
If you want to find original art,
my webpage is the place to go.
It's the place to go. So
yeah, there's a separate page on there with a for sale page that has whatever's available.
If I was ever going to have seen that road, that's where it would have been.
Yep. Or you can always feel free to reach out to me directly. I do my very best to respond to any IG direct messages in a timely fashion, so that's always really good. You can email me through my website. I'm not as good about staying on top of that, but IG messages, I even check the whatever hidden secret requests. So yeah, I try to stay on that as best I can.
I thought I was special, but no, he's special.
I'm actually a little neurotic about having the little light there. Oh yeah, it bugs me.
Total same way. No, it's red.
Yeah.
And then I feel compelled to respond too. So. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.